Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at some new shop lighting that I'm considering. As you all know, I've been lighting my shop with 8-foot fluorescent lights for many years. Now over time these bulbs have become outrageously expensive to replace. On top of that, the ballast or driver has also become outrageous to replace. So that's why I'm looking at different types of LED replacement lights for my shop. Now, one of the major criteria, aside from cost, is that whatever light I choose has to match the refresh rate on my camera, which not all LED lights will do. So today, we'll be looking at this UFO light from Lumary, which seems to be a good quality product and has a lot of features. So if you're interested in a good quality LED UFO replacement light for your shop, stick around as I unbox and test this light. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has. But before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you guys save some money. Alright, so this is the 150 watt, 22,000 lumen smart dimmable UFO light from Lumary, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this light kit retails for $159.99. But they also have a $35 discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the light itself, you get the owner's manual, it tells you everything about this light, how to hook it up, set it up, all that kind of good stuff. You get a remote control because you can take care of things through the remote control or through an app. You get a controller, which goes on the front here, and we'll talk about that a little later on. And you get a nice metal hanger to be able to hang this from the ceiling. And the cord on this guy also, I should point out, is really rather long. It's a 6.5-foot electrical cord that you can plug in directly into a wall outlet, or you can undo it and you can hardwire it if you choose to do that. So this guy comes with a 1-year warranty, and this guy, the dimensions on this guy are 12 inches around by 5 inches in thickness or height, however you want to look at it. This guy only weighs 5 pounds, so it's not really very heavy. It's made from a powder-coated aluminum body. It's really quite solid. It's not your cheapy little plastic light. It's an aluminum body, and so is the hanger as well. This is aluminum as well, so it's nice and solid. These lights are IP65 waterproof, so you can use them both indoors or out if you choose to do so. The output on this guy is 22,000 lumens max of lighting, and that's 145 lumens per watt, which is quite good. The color temperature and brightness are adjustable on these lights, and the color temperature is adjustable from 2700K to 6500K and everything in between. The brightness is also adjustable from 1% to 100%, so you can set it up however is convenient for you. These lights can be installed close to the ceiling or drop down to any height that you prefer. So if you have a low ceiling like I do, you can put it really close to the ceiling, or if you have a very high ceiling and you don't want to lose a lot of lighting, you can drop it down a bit more and make it convenient so you get optimal lighting. These lights have wireless connectivity where you can connect up to 200 lights of the same light using the Lumary app, even if you don't have Wi-Fi. They work using the Bluetooth on your device. You can set these lights up in groups in the app and turn them on and off in certain sections without affecting other lights. This is great if you have a really large area like gyms, barns, warehouses, and you only want to light up a certain area and not the whole thing. With the Smart Hub, you can add additional functions such as on-off with timers that can be controlled when you're away using your Wi-Fi, and smart home connectivity where you can use things as voice command with Alexa or Google Assistant. This little device is not included in the kit. You can purchase this separately. This is the Smart Hub for only a couple dollars more if you want to have that functionality. If you don't need to have it, then it's not necessary. So these smart dimmable UFO lights from Lumary are great for any large area such as a garage, a workshop, a studio, warehouse, barn, gym, stadiums, or even an outdoor patio. They give you a lot of light in a very compact package. So let's set this guy up and see how it performs. Alright guys, let's take a little closer look at the light and talk about the setup and so forth before we actually hang it up and see how it performs. So I'm giving you a little closer look at the bottom of the light. This is the light output part, the LEDs, and you can see all the different colored LEDs and so forth, and that's how you get the different color temperatures, because different ones will turn on at different times to give you the different temperature that you want, and obviously the different brightness and so forth depending on how much you select. Anyway, this is the little Bluetooth controller right there, and that is super easy to install. When you have the light, when you first unbox it, this guy is separate. You saw it at the beginning of the video. And then the light has this little metal plug. It's aluminum, just like the rest of it. This little metal plug is right in the middle of it right there. And all you do is unscrew it with a screwdriver and screw this guy in. That's super easy to do, self-explanatory. I already went ahead and paired this guy, so I don't want to take it out and possibly lose the pairing and have to start it all over again. So that's why I'm talking about all this and demonstrating it for you. So that's why you see that this guy is green right now, because it's plugged in and it's already been paired up. That way I can demonstrate it for you more fully. Now, you don't need to do this if you don't want to. You can leave this plug installed and you don't need to use the Bluetooth if you don't want to. If you're in a location where you don't have your Bluetooth available, you don't have Wi-Fi, you don't have anything available, and you just want to hardwire this guy in and use a switch or a plug, you can plug it in or use a switch outlet, and that way it'll turn itself on to maximum capacity and maximum brightness. You can't control the temperature or the lighting or anything if you leave this guy installed and you don't use the Bluetooth adapter. Once you put this in, it opens up a whole lot of more different things that you can do with the light. Now this, like I said, works with Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi. You don't need Wi-Fi to do that, but you still do need to download the Lumary app, because that will add this guy into the Lumary app, and then it'll pair up with your phone, and then you use the Bluetooth on the phone. So you need to be able to download the app even if you don't use Wi-Fi, because that will use the Bluetooth from the phone. Even if you want to use the remote, you still have to download the app and add this into the app, and that way you get it going. Now, as far as getting the app set up and so forth, I'm not going to waste any time going into that. It's all explained very clearly in here, and it's simple, easy peasy. You've downloaded hundreds of apps before, so you know exactly what to do. Download the app, create an account, password, Wi-Fi, all that kind of good stuff, and you're off and running in just a couple of minutes. It's that easy to do. But this guy does not need to have access to the Wi-Fi if you don't want to do that. You can do everything with the remote, or you can do it on the app, and I'll show you all that in just a moment once I hang this guy up. Now, if you do want to be able to use this through your Wi-Fi and use it remotely, let's say you have a remote location and you're at home and you want to be able to turn on your shop or your studio or something like that, then in that case, you need to get this little guy here, which is the network connector from Lumary. And this guy is a separate purchase. You buy this guy separately, and this little hub will allow you to use voice command and timers and all sorts of different things like Wi-Fi, where you can control it through the app and through Alexa, Google Assistant, and control it remotely. This little guy will not allow you to use voice command, timers, any of that kind of stuff. So you have different steps as to what you want to do. Leave this little guy in and you just have a very basic on-off function with this light. Add this little guy here and you can control temperature and lighting and all that stuff. Add the hub and you can have timers, voice command, all that kind of stuff. So it's totally up to you how far you want to go with this light. It gives you a lot of flexibility as to all the different functions that you may want to select and you may want to add to it along the way based upon whatever your needs may be. And we're going to hang this guy up in a moment, and I'll show you exactly how it works and so forth. So this guy's already installed, easy to go. And just to give you a shot of the back of it, I realize it's black. It's a little hard to see, but it's a nice aluminum body to it. And you have the choice. This guy right here installs right onto there. All you do is basically thread it in there, and you can hang it up with this guy. That's that easy to do. And I'm going to thread it in fully in a moment, but that's it. That's the hook that comes with it. You thread it on there, and you hang it up. And it also gives you some flexibility. I noticed that it has some threaded holes throughout the body here, threaded holes all over the place, where basically if you have some other way of hanging it up, you can use these little threaded holes and attach it. That's something that it doesn't say in the manual, doesn't say in the instructions, but I noticed it right there. It has a lot of assembled threads already ready to go, and you can use it if it's convenient for you in your application. So keep that in mind. You can see right there, it seems to have two on different sides all the way around, and you can use it to mount it in some other different way. So if that works out for you, keep that in mind. You may want to use that. Let me take this off of here so I can put it back down. So there you go. That shows you everything that this little guy can do. So let's get this guy hung up and let's see how it performs. Alright guys, so I hung up the light so we can see how this guy performs, and this is only temporary. This is not a permanent situation for this light. If I choose to use these lights, I'm going to have to figure out exactly how I get the best lighting for my work that I do in my shop. So anyway, right now I'm going to demonstrate it for you guys, and we're going to see exactly how it performs as far as lighting and so forth. I'm going to show you the app, how easy this is to use, and then I'm going to show you the remote so you have a choice of which one you prefer to use. Like I said before, you also have voice command. Yeah, that is an option for you if you choose to do that. Anyway, so using the app is extremely easy, and it's only one page right there. And like I said, right now I'm going to be looking at the light directly, which may not be perfect lighting as far as the camera is concerned, but I'm going to change the angle. I'm going to point downward, and then I'm going to show you exactly how this looks, how much light it produces, so you can see the actual output of the lamp itself instead of looking directly into it. It's like looking into the sun. It's very hard to see on a camera exactly the performance, the output that it's giving you. So anyway, looking at the Lumary app, you see it's very easy. It's all one page right there. It does everything. You turn it on by clicking that little button right there. Turn on the button, and then the brightness is the blue bar. The temperature is right there. And the temperature, you change it just by sliding it across, and you see it adjust the temperature to it. And you just slide it across there, and that's how you get whatever temperature it is that you like. That's how you do that. Very, very easy to do. You can go full to the cool side. The brightness right there, you just pull it down. If my finger will go, there we go. You just pull it down and it gives you whatever type of brightness that you want. So it's really that easy to do right on the app. Easy peasy. And you have 3 different selectors there. Whatever is your favorite. You can set up different favorites if you want to as far as the lighting. That way you have the temperature and all that set up, and you just click the button. You don't need to scroll through it and do all that kind of stuff. Now let's see the remote. How does that work? Well, here we have the remote right in front of us, and all the controls are right there. The K is for the Kelvin, and you can scroll down through it, or you can just hold it and it'll go down through it. And you can go up and change the temperature there. Brightness, there you go. You scroll down, and you can either step it down or you can just hold it and it'll go straight up. Stepless, there you go, just like that. So stepped or stepless, you can do whatever you want as far as dimming goes. And you can adjust temperature. There you go, very easy to do indeed. And then down here you have presets as well, so you can go, there you go with the 100%, there you go, goes all the way up. 10%, 50%, whatever you want, you can change the temperature, presets. So a lot of different presets right here in the remote. You can do it that way if you don't want to have to mess with it. Then on off, obviously, click it on, click it off. Easy to do. That's how easy that is to do. Now let me point the camera down, and that way you can see exactly the amount of exposure this light's putting out. And I'm going to turn off all the other lights. That way you can see a little bit better how much a light output this guy really has. Because I left the other lights on right now, so the camera would not go crazy with one real hot spot right in the middle of it, because that way you wouldn't be able to see hardly anything. It would just blind out the camera. So let me point it down and we'll go from there. All right, so I moved the camera away so we can get a feel for what this light can do. Right now, I just have my shop lights on. Let me turn off the shop lights, and then we'll turn on the UFO light and see what that one does. All right, let's see. There you go. That is the UFO light all by itself. Quite a bit of output, pretty good output there. Now, that is the maximum brightness. That is 100% lighting right there, but the Kelvin temperature is warm. So let's change it to a little bit cooler and see what the output is on that. There you go. That is much cooler lighting right there, kind of like a fluorescent light. That makes it cooler and gives you a greater amount of lighting. So it's a little bit harsh for some situations. You may not always want to have that. That's why the Kelvin is adjustable, so you can make it a little warmer and make it more comfortable for whatever it is that you want to do. So that you see right there, I'm exposing it to make it a bit warmer, and that makes it a bit more habitable for whatever it is that you want to do. So there you go, different temperatures, you can slide right through it and do exactly whatever is convenient for your situation. But actually, for a simple light, one light by itself, it's putting out quite a bit of lighting. It's a pretty decent light. You can see right there, I just panned up, and that is the light all by itself, lighting up everything around it. If I were to get 4 or 5 or 6 of these lights, it would light up the shop very nicely. So there you go, that is it right there. And like I said, I'll go through the Kelvin temperatures again, and you can see the camera obviously is blowing out a little bit too much, so you can't tell very well, but the exposure is a little hard to do on this thing, but you can see how it changes, and I'll dim it down a bit so you can see a bit right there. And you can see how it changes everything considerably. So there you go. Gives very good lighting for what it's doing. I mean, one simple little light is lighting up practically this entire garage bay all by itself. So I think it does a fantastic job. It seems to be about the same price as what fluorescent lights are costing these days. It would probably pay for one of these lights just having to replace the ballast and a couple light bulbs on my fluorescent lights. So it's starting to look like a pretty affordable thing to do. So there you have it, guys. If you're interested in the UFO light for your shop, garage, studio, gym, any large area that you have to work on and you want to do something like this seems like a really nice thing to do. And they do have a very nice convenient chart in the owner's manual that tells you exactly how to set it up if you want to have it higher, lower, or whatever, so that you can get the best exposure possible when you install these lights. So that's something to check out in the owner's manual. So there you go, guys. Check out the Amazon links below for all the details on this lighting. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.